Yes,
Yes, there we are again.
Yeah, good evening. Hans, yeah, special edition today, Dutch Design Week.
Dutch Design Week.
Together with the amazing Viola van Alphen of Manifestations.
Yes, and the first time fully virtually.
Yeah, we did this before. For us, this is no news.
But this Dutch Design Week virtually, first time.
Yeah, so but this must have been a big disappointment for the people. And so imagine you've been organizing and planning this week for a whole year. Being in the organizing team, or you're a designer and wanting to show the stuff that you did to the people. Over 350,000 visitors each year, so 750 journalists from all around the world. And then 2 weeks ago, the event at once got cancelled.
Yeah, and then you have 2 weeks time to make it virtually available for all the 350,000 participants. And you did.
But this
Amazing.
is Eindhoven now. So basically what happened, they had this digital strategy at the Dutch Design Week, and they basically accelerated their digital strategy. And in a matter of weeks, they from a hybrid event, they went to a total virtual event. And
yeah, and we will show you some examples. And you will amaze yourself and join it. And
who's in charge of the buttons? Is it me or you? I don't know. Let's just push both. Let's see. It's you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they went. The whole week is now online in virtual reality instead of actual reality.
Not yet.
And yeah. So the theme for this year, the new intimacy. So 1.5 meters apart, Hans. What is this doing to us? But what is this doing to society? That's the theme for this year's Dutch Design Week.
Yeah, intimacy.
And if you want to find out, just go online, because there is like many projects out there in virtual reality. It's easier even than when you have to come to Eindhoven. You can just stay seated in your chair, visit the virtual rooms of, for instance, IKEA, but these are all virtual rooms. You cannot see me. I have to get used to that. But go to the virtual rooms, and this is what you will see then. This is, for instance, IKEA. You just push the arrows, and you can maneuver through this exhibition virtual room where there's projects hanging on walls, and you can just go right through the walls like being a ghost or a monster yourself.
And it's now even available for much more than the 350,000.
Yeah, it's even bigger.
And happened in 2 weeks.
It's amazing, but this is Eindhoven. It's magic. Yeah, and television every day.
We're live television.
We're now also part of the Dutch Design Week live television, so that's why we're streaming via YouTube and via the Dutch Design Week. But there's much more to see on television every day. There's this program running from the morning till late in the evening, so check it out also online.
Happening until the 25th of October.
Yeah.
And as always, good news. 2 weeks ago we were here having the good news, but there's even more good news.
Yeah, and there's some really good news to share with you, because this week the quarterly results of ASML and Philips were presented. Yeah, and as a city, you need to make money to pay for all the people basically and families living here in Eindhoven and in the region around us, Hans. And ASML has never done so well 3 quarters in a row than ever before. Amazing results. I think a net profit of 25%, which is amazing. And Philips, Hans?
Yeah, and Philips the same. And that's for all the high-tech companies here in the region. Well, it's principle whole brainport. High-tech and medtech are doing very, very well, even in Corona time.
Yeah, and
yesterday, I heard also from Apple. The new iPhone. Do you know the new iPhone?
Yeah, I know the new iPhone, but
of course we all knew that the chip inside the iPhone was already from ASML. But now they have the new chip from the newest machine of ASML. And it's giving opportunities that is using far less energy, so battery life, but also functionality in video editing is becoming much more available. Really great.
So basically, they should call the iPhone with the AI of Eindhoven, because basically ASML is driving the next generation of smart devices. Great, Hans. Let's continue. Yeah, and if you want to know more about ASML, it's pretty difficult to precisely understand what they're doing. It's a crazy, complex machine, but the broadcasting organization of the big city of Veldhoven, which is basically a suburb of the big city of Eindhoven, they made this documentary easy to understand about the importance of ASML and what ASML basically is doing. So check out the documentary made by Omroep Veldhoven. You see the YouTube link on screen. If you want to know more.
The YouTube link is also available after the meeting. We will share the presentation, the slides on drinkspitchesanddammers.com.
Okay. Let's continue. Next. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, Hans, there's big problems. It's COVID, it's climate, it's glaciers melting, sea levels rising. Imagine yourselves being an engineer in the current situation at the university.
Yeah, and you are younger, well, you are a student, and you want to improve the world. What are you going to do?
Yeah, but I'm pretty positive because I'm working with young teams every day at the university, and what I see, and also what we saw last Friday at an event that we did together with the European Union, Diederik Samson, who's basically responsible together with Frans Timmermans to drive the Green Deal. Yeah, and I'm pretty positive. I saw some amazing pitches and projects from the next generation engineers that are all about innovations with impact. Basically, they want to create a better, greener, more sustainable world.
This ecosystem is that the big companies and the student teams, the small companies, they're working all together, and that's Brainport. But Jan, Team Solid, what is it?
Team Solid, it's amazing. You will not believe it. It's iron fuel. It's basically iron powder, like you used when you were younger. You had this milk powder, and then you did like this, and you had a flame there, and then you got this big flame. You know, you remember when you were younger? This is basically what they are doing on an industrial base with iron powder and a vent. And then they light it up and you have this amazing heat generating steam with whom you can produce electricity. Totally sustainable. That's
amazing.
And
the nice thing that all those startups coming with new ideas with new technology are picked up also by the bigger OEMs, supporting them to grow.
But that's exactly what we need. This was well hidden for the community. Most of the time we're pretty well involved in the scene, so most of the times we know about amazing news coming. But to my surprise, I found out that High-Tech XL, which is basically the accelerator of the Brainport Eindhoven region here at the High-Tech campus, is going to the stock exchange, Hans. Did you know this?
I didn't know it. I mean, complete surprise. I think it's a big step and big opportunity for all the startups, and especially also for startups in high-tech. Just to come to join and to develop your ID and support it by, now much easier by the financial guys.
So you can invest now in 30 startups at once. So you can spread your risk, or High-Tech XL is basically helping you to spread your risk, and they manage the program in which those 30 startups will join to make a success and basically translate their dreams into demos, into products and services for the world market. So 28th of October, there's more information in a meeting at, I think, High-Tech XL. So check it out online, High-Tech XL, going to the stock exchange with 30 startups. Amazing news.
So,
Hans?
Big applause for High-Tech.
This is virtually, feels strange, but also I see people applauding. That's great. Dutch Design Week.
Dutch Design Week.
I love it, Hans.
And we show a few examples.
I've been going through these virtual rooms, checking out some crazy projects, and there's many, but I selected 4. Also called around some people that are in design that just know and thought, what do you think are some crazy projects? And Viola will also show a few of manifestations, but I really like these projects. This is about the Internet of trees. So not the Internet of Things, but this is about how trees communicate and via their roots and fungi are connected together. And just an amazing project. Also as a metaphor for the Internet of Things and how we're connected. So check it out, Symbiotic Futures.
This is also why we in Brainport needed designers. We need to connect design thinking with system engineering, because together we can develop those nice new ideas. And that's the sort of strength of the region, and that's also why we're in favor of design meets tech.
That's totally true. Let's continue. I like this one also. So I'm aware that Facebook is about data and making money via media, but not. That's more. I'm not always aware of that. And this designer asked a question: why Facebook think I like green? And this resonated totally with me, because it's true. Facebook thinks stuff of me and uses that to feed stuff to me, and basically I have no clue on what criteria Facebook thinks I like green, But it's interesting to ask yourself these questions because we just don't know. Yeah. But if I would ask you, what do you think Facebook thinks is your favorite color?
For me, it's orange.
Orange.
Yeah. Because my company is Holland Innovative, and I like everything orange. I like the soccer in orange, and
let's
for me it's
orange. Orange. Okay.
We'll ask Facebook if it's right.
Next project. Philips. We just discussed that 60% more profit for Philips in the third quarter, and basically, I think part of the success of Philips has to do with the fact that they combine design and technology as one of I think #1 worldwide. They have this big design department working together with these hardcore researchers, basically creating systems around people. So they put the customer and the experience of the customer first. And Philips is also big in the Dutch Design Week. One of the Philips design managers is also the director of Philips Design is the ambassador. So also go and check out the Philips projects during the Dutch Design Week.
And at Philips, it always start with the voice of the customer. And they have also the best examples also with the MRI, that the complete environment has been made for the patient so that he feels comfortable and that the doctor can do his best surgery. That's unbelievable.
Philips. Thank you, Philips, again. Yeah, I like this. This is a great example of how we work in the region, Hans. This is a typically triple helix project. It's the university together with CUX, together with government, working together, doing crazy stuff. And basically what they've come up with this time is they 3D print stuff that in a material that when you heat it up, you can blow it up. So basically they blow up objects from physical reality into this art-like pieces that you can see.
It's kind of 3D printing of balloons and pumping up them in the same time.
So basically you can print whatever you want and then blow it up and put it in your living room and look at it. I like it, Peel Up, check it out online. And this could even be physically visible at Domus Dela. I'm not sure if they're open because it's basically a hotel and a restaurant. So it could be that the exposition is physically visible there. I don't know. Check it out online, Peel Up. Yeah.
Manifestations. Yeah. Our host of today. By Viola.
We work together with her already for some years. She always pulls it off. This is the best art, tech and fun exposition, I think, worldwide. She's won prizes. She's been awarded. She has the best hair ever. You will see in a minute. It's fake though, but okay, we don't mind. But manifestation, Hans.
Yeah.
Let's first have a look at the movie.
Yeah, let's go over there.
Yes, no, let me help you, if you allow me. Wow.
We're fucked. We're definitely fucked.
Thank you. This is a great teaser, of course, by Manifestations. And now this is Viola and she will be here in
Manifestations, een van de 8 grote expo's en het grootste art en tech event tijdens de Dutch Design Week. Ook dit jaar komen online de meest innovatieve projecten voorbij. 80% zijn young talents, net afgestudeerd aan Nederlandse kunstacademies, waarvan veel later terugkomen in de internationale musea. Dit in een mix met gevestigd talent, altijd scherp, actueel en fun. Het thema is monsters. Is een monster lief en speels, zoals Cookie Monster? Of is de ander altijd het monster? Is dat misschien propaganda? Of zijn we zelf misschien een monster? Een parasiet in hoe we omgaan met de aarde en haar uitputten? De marmeren zeepakjes bij de Zara, een wegwerpproduct waarvoor hele marmermijnen leeggehakt zijn wereldwijd, die nooit meer terug zullen komen. Alle astmatische kinderen in Nederland en meer ziektes door de vervuilde lucht. Tijd om te bepalen wat wij wel en niet accepteren. Manifestations gaat over art, tech en fun, e-fashion, robots, kinderprogramma's, activisme en meer. Kijk meer naar de projecten en schuif aan bij de live chat.
Welcome, Viola, in virtual reality. Are you there, Viola? So this was a movie, but you're also here in real life.
Ik ben hier. Zie je mij? Hoor je mij? Hallo?
Yeah, hi. So how was your week so far, Viola?
Nice. It was a really interesting week. We were presenting on a lot of virtual platforms, a lot of virtual worlds, because we thought you cannot do it in one world, and you have to do it in all the worlds. But a lot of journalists and people still had to get used to it. They said, but there's no Dutch Design Week. I said, wrong. You all have to get used to all this fun that we're now presenting. And I'm at Sioux Labs. I don't know if you know that. That's in Eindhoven. Mm-hmm. And behind me you can see the finalist of the yearly Young Talent Award. I always scout the whole year. Hello, you want to wave? Yeah.
Hello, young talent. Hello. We love young talent. We love all talent. We love all kinds of talent.
And this is the people of the future.
Talent inclusive we are.
Yeah, and they won a big prize. And
okay, congrats.
Super cool. So these are like the best of all the Dutch art academies of 2020 and the best of manifestations. They're right here live with you in the studio.
Okay, amazing. Could you show us some projects, Viola, or could you take over the screen for
sure. I can take
3 or 4 or 5 minutes and show us?
Yeah, start screen. Ta-da-da.
This is an experiment, see if it works. Viola,
can you see my screen? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you want to visit the Manifestations website, you can always go. If you don't like to search or click, you can just stay on the front page, scroll down, and we have all the videos there. And I thought maybe I will take some of the highlights with you quickly. Well, the video on the artwork on the left that you saw. That is from Speed Queen. That is the winner of you have the 5 best and there's one winner and that is her. And I can ask her if she wants to come here. Nasli, you want to tell why you won?
I can tell something.
Just tell them.
Okay. Hi, congratulations to you for winning.
Okay. Hello everybody. My name is Nasle and last summer I graduated from the Willem de Kooning in the major advertising with this project Speed Queen.
Yeah.
And well, I'm the winner of the Young Talent Award, I guess.
What is it about?
Well, Speed Queen is mostly about discrimination, racism, and a bit about feminism. So I wanted to empower this group of women. You can see with the headscarf and a niqab to empower them and that they are able to drive like other road users and to prove the wrongly criticism about them.
All right.
So, yeah.
So actually her mother, she got her driver's license and she was finally free. And then the first thing that comes and happens to her mother is that a Dutch police officer thinks, hey, little lady, can you hear and see well with this hoofddoekje, with his headscarf? And mother was like,
Yes.
It looks like an amazingly cool headscarf. It's even sponsored headscarf, which brings lots of extra opportunities for sponsoring. So great. And why did the jury said you were thought you were one of the winners, Nasli? So what did they say?
No,
why?
actually they have a whole report also written on the website. If you click on the Young Talent Award on the program, do you want to add anything to it? This is a super beautifully written report.
Well, I think it scored any points. Ben kan vertellen.
Just why you scored points.
Yeah, why I scored points, because I think it was about culture and diversity. And now we are living in 2020, a year of Black Lives Matter. And I think this project will still be relevant in this year and also maybe upcoming year. So I'm really grateful that a project like this really gets, hoe zeg je dat?
Respect.
Recognition. Yeah, I get recognized.
About inclusivity, yeah, okay.
Okay,
Hey,
great.
thank you very much and enjoy your evening as a winner of the Young
Thank
Talent
you.
Award
Thank
at
you so much.
Manifestations. Well done and congrats again for you.
Thank you.
Viola, other projects.
We are all the time spraying everything here, and
Oh,
non-stop
spraying everything. Yeah, we're
maskapjes,
also spraying
with the
everything.
corona. It's nice. It's also good if you have a little bit of OCD. You can, with corona, you can totally let yourself go.
So that's
And
your inner monster, OCD,
Yeah,
obsessive
and-
compulsive
No,
disorder.
I think
That's
Cookie
a
Monster.
big monster.
Cookie Monster
Cookie
is also nice
Monster.
one.
Let's continue projects.
So yeah, one of the other projects was about lonely. It's called Lonely Pool People that you see here, and it has a description also written under every project that started with people using Twitter that they felt so lonely that they didn't know anybody with a pool. So then these artists created this
So this
satiric
is
look.
a pool for lonely people. You have your
for
one
more
pool all
loneliness
by
and
yourselves. Yeah, I love this.
And the project on the right, you see that is like a baby outfit, because a lot of people that have, it's for mothers with a smartphone addiction. So that means that normally when you have a smartphone addiction, you put your baby on the side. But with this product, you can just integrate the smartphone in the outfit of the baby, and you can still touch your baby a little bit when you update all your LinkedIn posts and your Instagram posts.
Well, how does this work? I don't know if I get this. So I have a smartphone integrated into clothing, and while doing stuff on the smartphone, at the same time, I'm cuddling my child.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah. Because the smartphone is in the outfit of the child. Oh, here we have video, it's the front page. And then,
we live in a world oversaturated with information.
I will put it on
and
quiet
continuous
again. But you can see here that she just cuddles the little kids, or the kid thinks it's being cuddled, but actually mom is doing her smartphone stuff.
Yeah, we're smiling now, but I think this is a real problem. People are on their phones always. Mm-hmm. My children often complain about me being on the phone. I could cuddle my children even more if I would throw my smartphone out. But this is for some people probably the solution.
Let us go. Yeah.
Again, to fuel the discussion. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Viola, thank you very much. Your ambitions for next year with manifestations. This year you're addressing monsters, fighting monsters, the inner monsters in the outside world. What's your ambition for next year with manifestations?
Yeah, well, if I need input now, so I'm still in the middle of this edition now, and I would love to have a lot of inspiration for the next one, because it goes all the year through. So actually, when I stop this, I already have to have a team and a program for the next year to get all the financing in order, and it takes like a whole year of work. So the sooner I get your creative ideas, please.
Okay, now, we're happy to help you and have you back on another edition when you're finished with this edition, so that you also have room to think again and get into a discussion with people also here at the high-tech campus, and to help you find inspiration for next year's edition.
Yeah, but now I would like to ask you all the participants here, because you're going to have a couple of presentations, short pitches of some artists. Like, think how you can help these artists to answer the question, to connect them to the right people, to make them grow. Because this year with the corona, so many artists thought, okay, my career is over. There's nothing going to happen. There's not going to be any more festivals going on. So, and we also have really cool shit. It's not here. We have a lot of artworks already in Eindhoven, because we were building up at 67 when the permits withdraw, the mayor withdraw the permit. One of these artworks, quickly scrolling. So this is the database site. You click on program, you immediately see manifestations, because we're like born digitals. So we filled the site as much as we could. And this work, analog sound massage, it's so good. It's a bed.
Yeah, I've done this at the Maker Faire. It's amazing. You really feel the music. Okay, so enough to discuss for the next edition of the Demos and Drinks.
No. This has Philips speakers in it, and it massages you, and I cannot have it stored very long, so I need a new place for this work to be at. So if you know people, help me
Hans
out.
has just opened a new office here at the high-tech campus. He has got plenty of space. So basically, you're looking for a location for this amazingly relaxing, what is it?
Analog
Music
sound
like chair.
massage.
Yeah, I liked it very much.
Yeah, no, let's do it. No problem.
Yeah, let's find it.
It's an opportunity, so more than welcome.
I would say here in the hallway. Hans. Yeah, okay.
In the
Thank you,
entrance. Yes.
Viola. Give her a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Say hi to Mark Hoevenaars. Is he sitting in the back over there? No, he isn't.
Mark is left now, but he sent his warmest regards, and now it also sends to.
Mark has left the building. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we now
Yeah,
need to
up next,
share
I
the
think
screen
pictures, Hans,
again.
already. Yeah? We have to share screen.
And we need to go to this one. I think so. And is it coming? Yes,
yeah,
there
it
is
is. Do we have to go to slideshow? No, it is okay. Just push the button.
And then we're going to the first pitch.
Biophilia, Adinda de Kousenmaker. Are you there, Adinda?
Yes, I am.
Yes,
Sorry.
great.
Welcome.
We always start with a big applause.
Yeah. Just to get you going.
Yeah.
Sorry, my camera is not working, but
No problem. We've got your slides. You just
I
give
can
us a
wait.
sign when to push the button, and then we'll push.
And
Oh,
here.
she can sit here. She's super pretty. Come on.
no,
Okay.
no, no.
Oh, okay.
It's okay
Okay.
like this.
Like, here, this one here.
Here we go. Your presentation,
Waving.
please. Oh, it's a movie. Oh, yeah, I like this. This is very nice. Looks like collectible elfenbankjes. Exactly. Exhale, relax. Thank you, Adina. What are we seeing? What are we looking at in the movie?
It's a project about our relationship with nature. We are becoming increasingly alienated from nature. We have no idea how our food grows. We appellate our body and we take it for granted that water comes from the tap. And I wondered how we can feel more empathy for our earth and for the things that are emotionally distant from us. So I made a Biophilia. It's a series of works in which I investigate this relationship with nature. And this object arose of my enormous fascination for shapes, colors, and movement from nature. I have created a series of interactive kinetic objects that respond to the presence of the visitor. The objects are inspired by shapes from nature and move by a microcontroller and the use of an air pump. So they're silicon objects who are almost breathing. And by using air, the technical aspect is removed. So a tender, subtle movement is created. It's like it's becoming an organism. And I wanted to try to stimulate more empathy by nature. So that's why I made these objects. It's I noticed that with big issues like climate change and the disappearance of biodiversity, fingers often pointed to how another can do better. However, I think that you can better start with yourself, and people are more, can feel more empathy. So that's why I try by highlighting the beauty and the tenderness of nature to make people wonder and admire again, and hopefully care more about our earth.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I really love it. But help to care about our earth. But what it's also, I recently read an article about this doctor, I think in Scotland, that prescribes walks in nature for people to feel less stressed. So it's not just getting respect again for nature, but also the way nature is helping us, basically, when you're in touch with it, to relax and escape the modern society sometimes. So
Yeah,
that's a nice balance. You use modern technology to escape the world that is fueled by modern technology. Or am I totally mistaken?
yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think you're right.
And it's also kind of becoming more inclusive with nature.
Yeah. And the interesting thing also about what we saw, it was like they were like breathing, and then at the end it was exhale. Did you also look at ways to? I could imagine when I have this in my house, I come home, I'm totally stressed. My breathing is like here, and when I come home and there's this installation on the wall, which is basically guiding my breathing to slow down, that it could indeed help me to have this piece of artificial nature in my home to relax. Hans is not convinced. Hans is not convinced.
Well, then you have to just check it out in real life after this corona issue.
Where can we check it out in real life?
I'm not sure. In my studio at the moment, but after, I hope there will be a physical event really quick.
Okay, that's also an opportunity, and how to bring it after Corona together and having also some live experience.
Yeah, exactly.
And how can we help you further? This platform, Demos and Drinks, is about connecting people, helping each other. So what are your needs at this moment? How can we help you?
Maybe in more contact with people who are more active in, for example, healthcare, or places where I can share my work and where we can help people with this subject.
Okay, cool. So could you repeat your name? It's Adinda, and then
Adinda, and then?
Yeah.
My last name?
Yeah.
De Kousenmaker.
Yeah, so people can find you on LinkedIn or on Google and can Google you. Basically,
yeah, I will send a link in the chat.
Okay, yeah, send a link in the chat. Thank you very much, Adinda, and I love your project. Thanks.
Thank you.
Feels a bit strange to applaud, but I see some people participating in the applause. But this is, yeah. Oh, Bart Groothuizen, custodian. This is about how to tame your race monster, basically, Bart. I saw your presentation. Are you you're not? You have to unmute yourselves, but do we need to do this? Yeah, you're unmuted.
I just did it.
Yeah, how's your day so far?
Not too bad, actually. Oh, I see the presentation is already running. I actually had a good and exciting day, and I was also excited, first of all, to be here, to be able to present, let's say, our monster killer, which actually more or less is a bit different, because we hope to avoid killing, actually.
Okay.
So that's a bit of thing. And actually, I prepared a more or less, say, standard presentation slash pitch. So sorry for that.
No,
so,
we standardize it then for you. We will interfere in between, make it as uncomfortable as possible, because we know you can handle this. Now just go ahead. 3 minutes, floor is yours, Bart.
Okay, so this is actually my team, and it's a very nice team. As I found out that we actually are very complementary to each other when it comes to skills, but also to profiles. We actually did some kind of a profile testing, and we found out that we have a perfect match. So
there's no science for that. Check the website, evidence-based HR. Profiles are there to structure your discussions, but there's no evidence that when you do profiles and that you're red or whatever yellow, that it will work. Check the website, evidence-based HR. Will definitely help you in your startup.
Okay, thank you. I made a note of that, but still, let me believe this.
Okay, let's go.
Next to that, we also work together now with a company from Australia called IMR, and also Avaya, who is a telecom provider. And if possible, we would like to go to the next slide. Yeah, because this is actually the thing that we're about. Worldwide, there are currently more than 600 million motorcyclists, and COVID is actually pushing this quite hard. It has also, let's say, a very bad side as well, because last year, these are the numbers of people that died. And this is actually happening every year. And what actually triggered us to do what we're doing is that 75% of the people that died of a head injury.
So
it's driven by, and it's totally excess, and we don't believe it, and we couldn't believe that this is happening. And it's based upon information from the WHO. It has two key drivers. Sorry, I'm so excited.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
So if we can go to the next slide. The first key driver is a poor crash response. So 50% of all people that died before people to help came at the scene. And secondly, people use unsafe helmets. And that's the thing, because based on our study, there are 6 elements that actually make a helmet safe when they are all met by a helmet. And then the helmet is safe for its user. And here's the thing, 50% of almost all motorcyclists is affected. And that's a mystery, because if you take the complete value chain of helmets from manufacturer to end user and all these stakeholders, we notice that there's a huge lack of knowledge the further you go towards the end user, who actually is the one actually should know the most instead of the manufacturer. And this is something that we want to solve. This is a monster we want to kill. Next slide. If it works. Yes, and this is our killer. It's a multi-sensor technology with an app. And once you build it in a helmet, and it fits in virtually any helmet, it monitors, informs, and educates the end user based on these 6 elements. So pre-crash, you have the safest helmet possible. And when it comes to post-crash, saving in time, it actually detects, reports, and informs the emergency response units about a crash and about what happened with the person that actually endured the crash. Last but not least.
The next one.
Yes, if possible. Yeah, and this is actually our purpose. This is driving us. SDG number 3.6. And within that, in line of that, we want to actually save 10,000 lives a year and save the society 5 billion a year. And for this, we actually need a lot of support, financially, operationally, and we need more network, like authorities and industry. And this is one of the reasons why I came to put this here, because this is our question. This is our quest. And hopefully one of you is able to help us. And if you want to help us guarding heads and saving lives, just contact me here. So that's it. Hey, you're silent. Hey, come on, guys. What's happening?
I'm totally blown away by the numbers. Of course, I have some questions. What about false positives? I can imagine when you're driving a motorcycle and you're on a bumpy road that you could. What about that?
Yeah, actually, I mean, you're a really clever guy, and good that you can come up with that right away. That's something that actually is something that we're tackling with the 2 partners that we have, both IMR as well as Avaya. They have huge experiences when it comes to this kind of technology. Let's say the end technology. We only bring the trigger that actually measures a crash, actually. And for that, we are building some, let's say, hurdles and loops. So it's checked and double checked. And there is, of course, where possible, interaction with the end user. But if he doesn't react, then you will have the 112 services being called. Yeah. And I mean, there will, of course, 1 or 2 false positives happening. I mean, that's something you can't avoid. But we're working on that, and it's going quite well.
Yeah. And you mentioned that there's also a kind of pre-test to make it safer. But how do you make the helmet itself safer? And because you mentioned lack of knowledge.
Yes. So the main thing is that most people that have a helmet, wear a helmet that's actually too big in size. And therewith, it's kind of a guillotine, actually. So, for example, take the most expensive helmet that you can buy, a production helmet. It will cost you 4,000 euros. If you buy that in one size too large, and people buy helmets, especially when they buy them themselves, they buy a helmet that fits comfortably. I can tell you, the helmet that fits comfortably is probably too big. And you bought a guillotine, so you threw away 4,000 euros. And how we cover that is that we actually have sensors that come with the small disc that you place in the helmet that measure the pressure from your head on the helmet constantly. So actually, when there's not enough pressure, the app will tell you that the helmet is too big.
Okay, cool. But we have to move on. Lots of
questions. Time. Thanks a lot.
But people can share in the chat any ideas, contacts, or other suggestions. I like the fact that there's this brain glowing also on one of the other screens with Pascal. So there's a relation between helmets and hats and brains.
Yeah, in the meantime, Jorien Appelkamp is preparing, and we go to the weight and watts.
Give it up for Jorien. Please come in, Jorien.
Big applause for Jorien. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Great.
Okay, nice. Go ahead. What are we seeing?
What are we seeing? Well, oh, this is weird. I hear myself back there. Wait, what is an installation, an art installation, and it's kind of a game that you can play. It's about privacy and about like digital privacy, but I don't tell you that it's about it. So for you, it looks like just a cube with 3 buttons, and I kind of invite you to go play with it. There's no rules, and so like as long as you don't know the rules, you feel actually very inspired to keep on pressing and find out how you can win this game. But the truth is you cannot win the game because only I can win. During the playing, I collect all kind of information about you. With all kind of sensors, I track things as the time that you spend there, but also I make an estimation of your length and your weight and your personality. I print it on a receipt that the person gets, and with that, I started a conversation about like the things I can track, and I show them that my game is not so much different as like innocently scrolling Facebook or searching on Google. And so I make people, more aware of privacy. And like right now, I want to make more installations, and I would like to get in contact with people that also are on this privacy issue, and perhaps people that we can talk together with about like a specific, let's say a specific location where I could place it for a longer time and influence or inspire as much people as possible to strive for a better digital climate.
How big is the device?
It's a cube. It fits your hands. We could go to the next slide. Yes, exactly. So it's a tiny cube. It fits your hand quite perfectly. And while pressing, there appear like dots on a big screen. That's kind of what you see in the back. So by the way you press the buttons, everyone creates kind of a different art piece on the wall. You can also see that on the next slide a bit. So that's kind of what it looks like. And you see on the left side, you see this gray pole standing there. The cube is laying on there when you're not playing. And that's also where the receipt will be printed for you.
Okay, cool. Great. And the algorithm, is that totally ready, or do you still need to work on it? So, because it's pretty impressive when you can distillate the personality of somebody by just playing a game. So how did you do this?
The personality is based on your behavior while you press the buttons and also connected to the time. So right now there's only, let's say, 10 personalities that you can be. And I could, of course, always like enlarge it, but it's already working like it's now. So, for example, a person that really only uses 3 colors on the whole wall, that's probably a creative person because, like, especially in the beginning, you don't know what you're doing, so you're just pressing. So if you really only use 3 colors, that means you started over again and then purposely only used like little colors. So you must be a creative person that's kind of planning on what's getting there. But there's also serious people that leave.
Okay, but this is you assuming. So this is not be. Did you for instance validate this with like validated personality questionnaires like the Big Five? So let somebody play the game first and then fill out a survey to see whether your assumptions about personality match with, for instance, the Big Five?
No, that's not right now. It would be really interesting to implement that. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we're happy to help you and connect. Yeah.
And for example, I'm just thinking, well, can we use it on the European Championship football, for example, to choose the best player or to get a feeling about the fans? Who's the best?
You could, of course. Yeah, but like I would say, you can make assumptions for everything, but it depends really on what kind of algorithm you write, who would win. But like,
let's think about it, and also have an exposition and think how to make it big. And okay, great.
I really like it. Yeah, I would love to play with it. So good luck to you, and thank you for elaborating on your amazing device. And
okay.
Let's see, put the comments and ideas in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
A big applause.
Bye-bye. Who's next? Let's see. Hey,
Alpha Beats.
Han Dirks. Han Dirks, come in, please.
Yes, Han Dirks coming in, live from Baren.
Yeah,
the second
Baren,
best city in the Netherlands.
This is about fighting your inner stress monster, Han, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And it really works, Bert-Jan, because I'm currently also cooking. So it's also a little bit about Corona, but just giving a presentation. Cooking is no problem for me because we are all relaxed, those guys and girls working for Alpha Beats.
It's a totally new concept for Demos and Drink, cooking and pitching instead of drinking and demos. It's thank you for the idea.
I have a really nice message
I have to make a remark in the beginning. I'm involved in Alpha Beats as one of the co-founders, so I will let Hans do the honest and questions, because I'm biased, of course. So Han, the floor is yours.
Yeah, okay. So within Alpha Beats, we are constantly busy making the mind a less complicated world. And that's because those 3 pounds of grey matter, as we all know them, are always on. And yes, it seems that we are eager to learn constantly, but we think that we forgot to learn what matters the most, and that's to pause the mind every now and then. And that's why every year still 110 million people die due to chronic stress. The World Health Organization even calls stress the 21st health epidemic, and that's currently accelerated by the COVID-19 virus. Wouldn't it be great if there would be a solution that would bring you instantly from a stress mode into a relaxed alpha mode, as we call it? And yes, that's what's possible with Alpha Beats. And how does it work? It works simply. We turn your mobile phone or any other wearable like a smartwatch into a biosensor. We measure your biosignals constantly. That can be breathing, HRV, or even brainwaves. And we use that constantly biofeedback to feed our algorithm, which constantly tweaks whatever music you like listening to. So that can be Rammstein, Beethoven, Franz Bauer. It depends on the person, depends on the state he is in. We tweak that music, and the nice thing is we bring your brain almost instantly into a more alpha mode. And the nice thing is you hardly hear the difference, but your brain does. So it's an implicit, unconscious way of getting you more relaxed. The next slide.
So in principle, it's a no-brainer to do.
Sorry, Hans.
It's a no-brainer to have it. Well, if you can listen to nice music and it keeps you completely to rest, then everybody should do it. I go to the next.
Hans is muted.
You hear me? Can you give me a sign?
Now we can hear you again. Yeah. Oh. You're back online.
Yeah, now I can hear you again. Sorry, I didn't know what's happening. Hans, you had a question?
Yeah, please continue.
Please continue. I will take over because Hans is out of power almost. So he's fixing his laptop right now. So please continue.
So there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress happening over there. I can imagine. And stress is something which is influencing your life in every stage, and that differs per person, per stage, per circumstance, and has many variabilities. And we call that the stress circle of life. And at this moment, because it's almost a year ago that we started officially at the Dutch Design Week, we had over 600 people trying our prototype. And now we have developed a proven technology and we are in the validation phase. So we are looking, and then we are coming to the call for final. We are looking for partners with their own user base. Can you please continue the next? Yeah, with their own user base to do together with them research within specific target groups in the stress circle of life. So if you're into pregnant women, ADHD, kid problems, but also in learning problems for high school, elderly people who are more stressed, please contact me, because we are really interested in doing that together and see how we can help those people handling stress, getting more relaxed. And the second thing we are looking for is, because we are expanding our team right now, we are looking for psychologists with software development, or the other way around. It's also fine for us to expand our team and to do more research into the algorithm and the brain of people. So Bert-Jan, Hans, would be great if people can help us with that, so then we can help the rest of the world getting more and more relaxed.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Big applause. Yeah. One suggestion, maybe it's good to have contact with Professor Max Lauwersen from Tilburg University, who's doing research on effectiveness in learning and has a kind of mind labs.
All right.
I think it's good to contact
Okay, thanks.
and see what you can work together.
Okay, yeah, we already have Geert van Boksel on our advisory board. He's also a professor of Tilburg, so that would be great.
Okay, yeah.
And do you have a website also, Han?
Yeah, listenalphabeats.com, and we are at the moment in alpha test, and we will go into beta testing within a couple of weeks. So you can still sign on to be the first to try alphabeats yourself. So that's great.
Great.
Okay, thank you very much, Han. We have to move on. We're stressed.
Just to remark, because last year you were with your startup for the first time on the market at manifestations, and now you're here, even bigger, and with a grown team.
Yeah, it's incredible, and especially thanks to Viola, because we really had a great time, and we did a lot of validation at that week of the Dutch Design Week. So,
we made it to national television now. You remember? We made it to national television where this camera team walking around, and at once we were on television everywhere in the Netherlands. So
okay, and
thanks to manifestations.
Tom Schouw from Vending Machine.
Yeah,
thanks a lot, Alpha Beats. We call it the Vending Machine. Tom.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, we're speeding up. Tom. Let's see.
Thank you. I was reading something.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hello. Thank you for this opportunity. I will show. I will share my screen.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh, I've seen this one. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
remember
so.
this one.
I like it.
Let's see, how can I
think it has to do with privacy and data, isn't it? I'm very curious. I think I know this one. Yeah, I like it.
Yes.
Go ahead,
so you're right. It's actually about privacy and a little bit more. So this is the deeply personal vending machine. I will first introduce myself. I'm Tom. I'm a 23-year-old designer from the Willem de Kooning Academy. I graduated this year, and I graduated with this project. Most of the times I make interactive installations, and I try to communicate complex topics to a wider audience to make them involved in these kinds of problems. So this is the machine I'm talking about. Nowadays it's pretty hard to not share information in exchange for a product or a service. And this increases every year. So if you stand in front of the machine, the first thing you have to do, you have to accept the terms of use. And most of the people don't really bother, right? So what happens next if people do that? You can trade personal, readable, detectable data in exchange for a free snack inside a vending machine. So I hear you thinking, well, Tom, how does this work? Tell me. Well, I will show you. Let's have a look inside. Actually, everything is almost open source. There's a small camera inside the machine which scans the participant's face. and can calculate a wide variety of data. These are the scans that are possible. Each scan is 25 cents, and all added up will deliver you a 100% free product.
I think we only see the first slide still. Are you seeing other slides than we're seeing?
Is that true, guys?
Yeah. I still see deeply personal vending machine.
Oh, this is not the case for me. That sucks a lot. Okay.
Yeah, this is, yeah. Now I see we, yeah. And,
okay, we'll do it like this.
Yeah, now we see it. Yeah, thanks.
I will give you a small thing. So this is the terms of use. And if you accept it, you can change the data for a free product, right? So how does this work? Let's have a look inside. Yeah, so it's a camera module that can scan different kinds of variety of data. The first scan is a gender scan. The machine only knows 2 genders. That sucks for some people, but that's what the machine thinks. So second scan is age scan. This is accurate about to 1 or 5 years in between. There's an attraction score. It's the highest subjective score there is, I think. The computer calculates if you're pretty or not. This is based on lines, symmetry, and angles in your face. And the last one, the most confronting one, people not always share this one and walk away, or they take the risk. It's calculating the BMI data. So the machine can calculate how tall you are, and also there's a hidden Wii balance board underneath the participant's feet, which calculates the BMI or the weight. And with that, I can calculate BMI, which is the body mass index score for people who don't know.
Okay, cool.
Next slide. Yeah, this is the Wii balance board. Everybody knows a Wii balance board, right? Yeah, video. Well, we can do that maybe later.
Yeah, we're almost out of time, so and we have.
Yeah, I was worrying about that one. Yeah, this was for today.
Basically, let me see if I get it right. It's trading my data for Skittles or M&Ms. So the more I tell you, the more Skittles I get. And what people are doing, and to your surprise, but also to my surprise, they really start sharing it. They don't mind.
Well, in this world, it's really a thing to trade data for a service of a good, and in this project is no different. So yes, you can trade your data for a free product.
How can we help you? What do you need?
Well, this machine is currently, I'm building a second one, and I'm very happy to build these machines or place them at spots where people want to find, I don't know how you call that, where a place where I can implement them where they want to attract people for this topic. So universities, museums, schools.
Let's connect on LinkedIn, Tom. I'm working also for the TUE University Eindhoven Innovation Space. We have teams of students also working on AI data and other amazing algorithm stuff that could probably help out and also inspire. Yeah, you can inspire each other to come up with even crazier stuff. Basically, that's my experience with students these days and with data.
Perfect.
So let's connect on LinkedIn, and then we hook you up with students.
A big applause.
Thanks, that will help out a lot. I will send a link in the chat. Thank you.
Yo, thank you, Tom.
And then we go to Pascal Erkeland.
Yeah, I already saw the brains. That was the brain lighting up. That was Pascal. Bart was talking, and then she had this brain standing next to her, and it was lighting up. And it's about mental X-ray machines. Pascal, are you there? You were there. I hope you did not leave because we will run out of time a bit.
No, I'm not leaving, but...
Oh, you're still here. Oh, thanks.
Okay.
Oh, the mental X-ray, yeah. Enlighten us. What is this project about?
This project, can you hear me all?
Yes, very well.
Now, this project is a light object, and it shows the real brain activity of someone's brain. And it's connected to an EEG scan. I have one over here. And so you really can see how someone's mental state is. So you can see if someone is depressed or have just a mental ill or something else. So you can go to the next slide, and I will explain it a bit better. So to together with a scientist, I figure out that you really can see in the brain if you have a normal brain or a depressed brain. And when you have a depressed brain, your emotional areas in your brain doesn't connect anymore to each other. And when you have a normal brain, they do. So that's what the EEGs can measure in your brain. And you can go to the next slide. Yes. So when you measure your brain with the EEG brain scan, you get little things on your head that can measure the brain activity. So you really can see what's happening in your brain, just like a broken leg, for example. And I translate the data, the outcome of it is really difficult to understand. So I made a bridge to the bigger public, so you can really understand what is happening in your brain. So you can go to the next slide.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you have 4 outcomes. So you are mentally fit, mentally tired, overstrained, or you have a depression. And you really can see what's happening in your brain. So the measuring takes 5 minutes, and then you have a real life brain explanation of your brain. So can you also see me?
Yeah. No, sorry.
Okay. Because I think there are movies in here. I don't know if you can.
Let's see if we can. Oh,
yes.
yeah, we can see that. Yeah, nice.
So when you are mentally fit, everything connects very well. And when you go to a depression,
wow.
the connection is going slowly, and you have a little alarm. So you have to go to a professional. And nowadays, professionals use question lists and different research, different onderzoeken.
Research.
Yeah, they found out that it's not working very well, the question list. So I think the technology can really work to make a better diagnosis for it. So that's what I made. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's so you measured this via EEG. So basically, the interesting thing about today's event is that it all, like Han from Alphabet said, it all starts in the brain. In the case of Bart Groothuizen, it sometimes also ends in the brain when the brain just stops. And in your case, you say, well, if you go directly to the brain instead of asking questions via surveys, you can improve mental. That is my interpretation. You can improve mental health care.
And it's interesting when you connect the alphabets and with this solution with Pasca. If you have when you put on the music, then you get back to a mentally fit situation.
Yeah, you can basically show how people's brains react during an alphabet session. It could be interesting. And in case of Bart, you can show brain before the accident and after the accident and see what happens. What kind of help do you need, Pascal?
And now I make this translation for the EEG scan, but I think I will also make other translations to other difficult new technologies. So also in the healthcare sector, but maybe I can do with other subjects. So,
okay, there is this very interesting. We're here on a high-tech campus. There's this research institute. It's called Holst Center. It's a combination of TNO and IMEC from Belgium, and they have launched 2 years ago at the CES in America. A crown, so to say, an EEG crown, and they have developed algorithms that can really real-time measure emotions. So it could be interesting to have a look at their website, and we are happy to hook you up with them. They're always open to explore cooperations with designers, artists, to explore the possibilities of technology. So this could for you be very interesting. Check out IMEC, a Holst Center, CES, and you will find this futuristic Battlestar Galactica looking crown measuring emotions in real time, but not connected to lighting or making them visible like you're doing. And this is definitely helping, I think, for people and also even psychologists to explain and see what happens in the brain. So thank you very much, Pascal. And then normally we would go, you get a big applause again. And then normally we would have time for open mic. That's about 1 minute because lots of people are a bit afraid to pitch when we ask them, but then you see the pitches of others and that inspires them. Yeah, but also I have also something to say, but shall we skip the, is there somebody, one person who wants to join the 1 minute mic? People are afraid, of course, they don't dare anymore because we're over time.
Yeah.
And we need to stay friends with the Dutch Design Week.
Over 2 weeks, you have your next opportunity on the 4th of November. We are there again. 4th November is a 5 years anniversary. So please come virtually. We hopefully maybe.
Again, in virtual reality, probably, Hans. We've been doing this for 5 years in physical reality, actual reality, now virtual reality. We have a big party together, the three of us. Carina is also sitting over there. Hi, Carina. I will show Carina. This is Carina.
Hello.
Yeah, she's helping us out. And then the three of us will have a party together with you guys online. Spread the word about demos and drinks. Hans and me and Carina, we're all on.
Yeah, Carina, yo, we're a fan of Carina.
Thank you, Fiona. And good luck with manifestations. Good luck to all participants also with your projects.
Dutch Design Week, and please visit the website Dutch Design Week manifestations and enjoy all the artists and designs what showed with them to the world.
Yeah, and just call or mail us if you think we can help you. No problem. All our details are on LinkedIn, so and on the website. So feel free. We gave away all our data.